The Galactic Council Hall echoed with layers of laughter. Dozens of alien dignitaries scaled, feathered, silicon-bodied, and ethereal shook with amusement at the human representative standing alone at the center of the grand chamber. She stood. Still Dot Ambassador Rhea Solis calm, poised, in a matte black uniform without insignia watched their reaction without blinking. Her hands were clasped behind her back, her boots silent on the crystalline floor. The holographic war mat hovered midair, casting shadows over her face like war paint. They were laughing because Earth had refused a peace treaty. Typical humans, snorted Chancellor Jartoon of the Drethi hegemony, his barbed crest twitching. Bluster, then beg. You think you can stand alone against 12 united species? The Seville delegate, wrapped in coils of mist, hissed. Perhaps we should let them have their little last stand, historical amusement. The High Speaker of the Council, a floating being of glowing orbs, finally addressed Rhea. Ambassador Solis, you may relay this final offer to your superiors. Earth will surrender Mars, Luna, and the asteroid colonies. In return, your species will be relocated to preserve its culture. More laughter. Rhea tilted her head slightly, eyes flicking toward the war map above. A dozen red indicators glowed on the hologram council fleets already in transit, converging toward a seemingly vulnerable star system at the edge of human territory. Then she smiled. It was not a diplomatic smile. It was not warm. It was not conciliatory. It was the smile of someone who had planned for this exact moment. She stepped forward. You're looking at the wrong map. The laughter faltered, confusion replacing mirth. She lifted her wrist, tapped. Twice, a second projection overlaid the first. The red dot's council fleets remained. But the background changed. New symbols flared to life. Human naval sigils, fleet designations, defense platforms, planetary GARRISONS. Them one by one. The red enemy indicators blinked out, replaced by pulsing gray X's. Destroyed, intercepted, neutralized. Rhea walked calmly beneath the collapsing hologram, stopping when she reached the glowing dot that represented a world labeled Virelia, the easy first strike of the Council's war plan. According to your intelligence, she said coolly, Virelia was an unclaimed planet with minimal human presence. But our colonists arrived 2 years ago. We've been there ever since. Chancellor Jartoon blinked. Impossible. There were no trade logs, no orbital entries. We didn't use official gates, Rhea interrupted. We don't need. 2. Our black fleets have their own paths. Your sensors only see what we want you to see. The council chamber fell silent. Rhea turned fully to face them, and her voice sharpened. You've spent decades mocking us, studying us, thinking of humanity as emotional, fractured, impulsive. And yet you never truly understood what makes us dangerous. She pointed at the war map. At the planets the Council had intended to seize in their first strike. Each one blinked red, then shifted to blue. Already taken. Already fortified. Already ours. Rhea's voice dropped to a whisper, amplified nonetheless by the chamber's acoustics. We didn't come here to negotiate surrender. We came to announce your war is already over. A loud synthetic chime echoed through the chamber. An emergency update from the Council's own secure fleet channels. Even without translation, the tone was unmistakable. Distress. The Seville delegate trembled. What is happening? Rhea turned slightly, as though listening to an earpiece. Then she nodded to herself. Your third armadas have encountered orbital mines over Virelia. Automated Defense A is activated 10 minutes ago. Your lead. Cruiser was destroyed. The rest will follow. And the 11th Fleet? Croaked a feathered delegate from the Avarice Clade. Lost contact 17 minutes ago, Rhea said. It's orbiting a dead moon now. The humans stationed there have adapted well to zero-light combat. The glowing war map flickered again. More enemy fleet icons vanished. She walked to the center of the hall, hands still behind her back. We never wanted war. but we prepare for it better than anyone in this galaxy. We don't boast. We don't broadcast. Rhea stared directly at the high speaker now. We embed. We observe. And when the moment comes, we strike where it hurts. The council sat in stunned silence. She gave one final command. Bring up. Earth Strategic Doctrine, Article 0. A brief flash appeared in the air, an old document. Scarred. Scan. Its title bold. If you strike first, ensure your enemy never had time to finish aiming. The council had laughed. Now. They understood. Rhea turned and began walking toward the exit. Earth doesn't need permission. Earth doesn't kneel. And Earth doesn't lose planets. She paused at the doorway, looked back once more, and said, coldly, Virelia wasn't your opening move. It was our trap. We already own that planet.